Anyway, if you're just joining on a stream that you haven't watched yet, my name is Flatzoid. I run a Flat Earth channel. If you haven't realized that, if you want, you can go ahead and look at all the content on my channel. And yeah, hey STC, hey Globy, good to see you guys. I see the chats are showing up on screen at least. How's the mic sounding? Does it at least sound good to you guys? Let me know, because I did change apps to see if I can get it sorted. STC, the Flat Earth movement is really taking off. No, 2x Flat Earthers in the chat. Hey Jose, good to see you. Yeah, I'm just having a chill chat today, because I think it would be quite just relaxing. Don't really need to talk about Globe Earth or anything. We can talk about whatever you guys want, because it's just chill chat. Anyway, how are you guys doing? Hopefully you guys are doing well. Welcome to all the new people that's just joined. I hope my mic is working though, because when I did test it out last night and this morning, it was working perfectly. Because as you know, the last few weeks on my live streams, the sound has been horrendous. I was trying to use StreamYard this whole time, but unfortunately StreamYard doesn't support my external mics for iPhone. And because I'm using iPhone, I didn't really have a choice. So now I had to change apps. At least this app I can have a microphone working and I can see chats on the screen. The only problem is that I don't think I'd be able to invite anybody onto the stream to talk, or be able to share any videos or anything. So if it does come to someone wants to talk on the stream, I might have to work out something else. Yeah. So anyway, just say hi if you guys are here. Hey Mr. Scholar, good to see you. Yeah, I watched your other video on the aeronautics video today. It was actually quite cool. Quite a few things that that interested me about it. I mean, the electrostatic balloons were quite interesting. I'm glad you like the setup. It's a new. I'm trying a new thing, a new app, so hope it's working out well. I want to download your latest stream you did today, and I can watch that tomorrow at work. It's good to see you in chat. I'm surprised there's some people here because of that QE debate with that I'm a South African guy. I was like, I just go there like, how's my live stream gonna actually compete with that? Sorry Mr. Scholar, does my mic at least sound clear tonight? It's not scratchy or anything to you guys? Everything sounding good? Yeah, tonight I'm not really gonna talk that loud because I'm not in my garage studio. I'm actually in the lounge at the moment. Hey Housewire, good to see you, thanks for joining. Okay, cool, thanks man, I'm glad that sounds fine. Yeah, that was quite stressing me out because bad sound actually puts people off of a stream. I'm actually surprised how much of you guys actually stuck around even with the sound so bad. I couldn't even bear to hear myself. It's actually crazy. Yeah. So yeah, the reason I'm really having a live stream tonight actually is just because I don't have time to actually make videos. This whole week I've been working late so far. So working quite, sound super low. Should I talk a bit louder? Maybe that's gonna work a bit better if I'm gonna talk. I'll just put a bit to my face more. I'll just talk louder. Like I said, I can't really talk loud because yeah, I'm in the lounge. Children are sleeping down the hall. So if this maybe sounds better, if the mic's a bit closer. Okay. Well, it's good to see you, Jose. See you in. Flatfoot, I think the Earth's containment is a dome or a box shape perhaps. I realize it's just speculation. Yeah, obviously it's just speculation, but one thing we do know for fact though, based on natural law, we have to have containment. What that container is or what it's made out of or where it is, that's just speculation. That I do agree with you, but the fact that there has to be containment, that we can definitely fall upon. Hey Gary Wabenga, good day. Yeah, sound is good today. I changed the app, so something that can actually support my mic. So yeah, I'm happy about that. Does the chat at least show up on screen for you guys? Hey Defogger, good to see you. Thanks for joining. Yeah, I just thought just gonna have a nice chill chat today and see how's it going with everybody and whatever. Yeah, a closed system, exactly. It's a dynamic closed system though, that we can all agree on. I mean, even the globe believers have to somehow in their narrative still talk that it has to be closed thanks to their beloved gravity, although gravity can't do anything to gas. Yeah. Well, what's the stream's purpose? The stream purpose is just to sit back and chill and chat and to see how it's going with everybody. I believe that I've worked out what the firmament is and the answers that shooting meteors. Mandela effect? I'm all ears. Let me hear your thoughts on that. It could be quite interesting. Hey Jose, can't hear the sound. Rain sounds overpower you. Every other channel sounds good. This is too low. Cheers Jose, sorry that it's raining. Sorry I can't talk louder for you. Have a great evening, further or day or whatever it is there. I've created video showing it. Okay, if you can link your channel link below, and maybe we can off the stream I can go and click on it and we can go and check it out. Thanks Defogger. Yeah, everybody's saying they can hear me well. It's just Jose, but I think it's because the rain is saying it's raining by him, so that might be the issue. But yeah, like I was saying with the Globers, they sit with a bit of a conundrum. They, because of their argument that gravity is their containment, they have to hold two oppositions at the same time, because they have to have an open system but have to claim it's closed at the same time, and that's kind of contradictory. But then again, what isn't contradictory on the globe? Yeah, I don't know if you guys watched Brian Leake's latest video on the nautical miles and how it can be derived from just triangles. If you haven't, I suggest go watching it. After the show I'll put the link in the description box. It's actually quite good. Since the system's closed through the rain cycle, we must be breathing the same air as our ancestors. Yeah, it's just recycled. But then again, what's not recycled today? I actually learned a new thing today. I mean, even though I've been painting for how many years, I asked the guy when he's picking up the old thinners, what do you do with this drums? He says, no, they just recycle the old paint and they turn it into primer. Something I learned new today. Can you ask me stuff in... You can ask me stuff if you want. Okay, Defogger. What is your view on relative density disequilibrium versus the globe busters pushing for the incoherent dielectric static motion acceleration? Sorry, what's your view on that? The firmament is the fourth phase of the water, which is H3O2 in the hexagon shape, which is the strongest shape in nature and is highly negative charge. So if blob falls, it slams into the positive. It's actually quite a good theory to have. I mean, in my personal opinion, I believe that it's super fluid, and that's why when they get there, they can't get any further, because the superfluid causes them to obviously not go any further. You can't push through something that's going to push you back, is it? I've never seen the equation like for real. They just mention its name, but never saw the actual equation. Yeah, that's what I actually came up with, potential energy equation that the globers don't like, because I've replaced the gravitational constant with this density disequilibrium. But they don't see it as a force. But the one thing they don't realize, we can even take the incoherent static acceleration and place it in there, and that can give it a force as well. So actually it works, relative density disequilibrium works with static. So I actually wanted to talk to Bob about this, but he seems to be ignoring me lately, because he actually commented on my video. I don't know if you saw, then he had a live stream about my video, but only showed the first part of the foundation and just cut off the rest. But yeah, I said I did invite him that I can talk to him or something about it so we can talk. But if you guys do see Bob from Globusters, please do let him know I do want to talk to him about it. I mean, I haven't been mean to him or anything, because like I do agree with him, we all have to work together. Atmos plane, so a negative and positive slam together, you get a plasma shooting stars and meteorites. Yeah, that kind of goes like what what's that guy's name on Globusters? Good Times for All. He does a lot of that. Actually demonstrates that a lot, and that's what they believe gives us the up and down. So I assume it must be buoyancy equation. It's buoyancy equation. No, it's actually the potential energy equation, but yeah, it works in the same principle. Just gravity constant is not there. It's due to disequilibrium. I've got a chat mod on Nathan Oakley's channel, but I wanted to pop in and say have a great show. If that's all right, I'll catch you on the replay. Thanks, Divergent Droid. It's good to see you. Yes, hit the like and share button. Thanks, Divergent. Really appreciate it, dude. If you guys haven't known, Divergent Droid also has a channel. Please do subscribe to him. He's really got some good content. I believe I have stumbled on some weakening the firmament with a chemtrail, which magnetic oxide you need to watch. I'm definitely going to go watch your videos after the stream, Mandela, for sure. I didn't even know you had a channel, but I'll go and check it. BCFC Island. That's begging the question of gravity, as that makes 1/4 of the equation. Not actually, because the equation does work in their narrative, you could say, because they take that, because there's definitely a constant measured. But is it gravity? Definitely not. We can explain it with many other things. I mean, you can make it whatever equation you want. At the end of the day, gravity is just their belief system. And no matter how we're going to push it to them, they're going to fight for it tooth and nail. Okay. No, it's a potential energy equation, not a buoyancy equation, Devolver. Relative density makes a lot more sense than gravity to me. Exactly. I mean, it's provable, it's testable. I mean, I can demonstrate it over and over. It's so simple. If you're going to pick up something, you're putting energy into that system. You're holding it there. As soon as you let it go, you're releasing that energy. It's just common sense. Yeah. Then how does it differ? Is it the buoyancy equation or not? If not, how does it differ? Because for buoyancy you require gravity. There's no gravity constant in relative density, Defolker. That's the difference. It's simply the pressure differential creates the force, and that's why you get less dense, like helium, that will go up because the denser is supporting it, which is giving it more energy to rise, if that's making sense. And that just gave you the vector as well. And the vector can also be caused by the static dielectric motion or acceleration, as the Globusters like to call it. Who knows? Unfortunately, it's not really proven, but we can make an equation to talk about it. Hey Bobby, yes, why down? We just explained that, Bobby. They say you need a container to separate the pressurized atmosphere to a vacuum. On the eccentric model, there would be nothing put in the atmosphere under pressure, so you wouldn't need a container. Yeah, they have the incoherent downward acceleration, exactly, plain truth. That's what they push, which I agree to some states. That's why I say when on the equation I've put out that the density disequilibrium, that can fall into that part. So it could be a part of it that helps give the vector acceleration downwards, which pushes it together. how many vectors does it's homogeneous. It goes in all directions at the same time. It only changes direction if it hits a physical surface. Otherwise, it won't change direction. Exactly, Mandela. The atmosphere wouldn't be pressurized other than its own weight. But that goes against what gas is and how gas behaves. But why down? We just said, plain truth, incoherent downward acceleration. Because it gives us a static charge that pushes it down. Do you understand that? If you want to see a good demonstration, go on Good Time for All's channel and you'll see him actually demonstrating it, which is actually quite good. They can make things levitate with it, they can make things drop, go up, just by changing the polarization. One thing I did find very interesting though, with elevation, that charge changes, which is consistent with why they get different readings if they have to go higher in altitude, and why you get different weights. So in other words, gravity is just taking presumptions and assuming it's gravity when in matter of fact it's got nothing to do with gravity. Hey Will Breaks, good to see you. Glad you could make it. Yes, there's not just one vector. Thanks all for joining. I'm surprised there's 11 people here. I thought everybody was going to be over at QE's live stream. We're debating that are you a South African guy? It was actually quite funny. I was popped in there for like a few minutes. The guy he's on, I would say he just got into the flat earth thing because he's quite ignorant when it comes to any of those arguments. Okay, I would like to chill and chat, but I'm about to go live. Really? Well, I didn't even know you had a channel. He was debating, but now not anymore. Oh, okay. I have a link to post. Need a blue wrench. I don't even know if I can give a wrench on here. Sorry, plain truth, I can't do it on this app. I have to actually go into YouTube self to do it. Is there maybe any other admin in, any mod, then they can wrench plain truth if they can. I know Divergent Droid also needed a wrench. I think what I'm going to do Saturday, plain truth Travis, I'm going to put my laptop on YouTube. Excuse me. Sorry. And then I'll wrench you up. Yeah, put it in Discord and I can check it out afterwards. Oi. Okay, my questions are not being answered. Defogger, we did answer your questions, and like I said, this is a chill chat stream, not a drilling session stream, so please do chill, relax. Okay, so any other problems you have, Defogger? No, you didn't, don't lie. Unfortunately, this is live and it gets recorded, so if you want to go, and if you don't believe me, you can just go back and watch a stream afterwards. The link explains down the vector. Yes, Travis, I think you're talking about incoherent downward acceleration. This is what I'm saying. I think it does go hand in hand with a relative density disequilibrium, and that's why I said that equation that I made, I think it fits perfectly into the acceleration. So yeah, if we can get Bob from Globusters to actually contact me someday, we might be able to get somewhere in there and we can link the two together so both parties are happy. You know what I mean? But yeah, at the moment he's avoiding me for some odd reason. You can apologize for not answering, but don't lie. There's nothing to apologize, Defogger. I answered you quite a few times. You can actually read the chat if you want to. What question am I not answering, Defogger? I've also created a 2-minute video proving that we live in a simulation. That's quite interesting. I've heard of the simulation theory, but I haven't really thought of it myself to believe in it. Can you tell us more on how how you prove the simulation theory. I'm just happy this interface is working so much better. We are not in a simulation, Gary. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I agree. It's just a theory. Some people actually do really believe it though. I must assume you have no answers. Defogger, what was your question? Because I did answer every question you asked. So what was the question I didn't answer? Maybe I missed it. So let me know what it is, then I can try and answer it if I haven't answered it. So please, what is the question? If you guys want to see some good videos on parallax and stuff, Gary Wapeng is a good channel to go look at. I really enjoy his demonstrations on parallax and compressing angles. How do you get the down vector? Defogger, that's what I was saying. I did answer you how much times. According to the equation, the density disequilibrium, that gives you a vector. But what gives the acceleration to that vector is the incoherent downward acceleration, dielectric acceleration. Hey Tony, how's it doing? Good to see you. Glad you came by. The visible part of the electromagnetic spectrum is a tiny bit. Jason Brown, how's it doing, dude? Yeah, but might be your volume is way low. Anyone else? Sorry, Jason, I just can't talk too loud tonight because, yeah, I'm sitting in the lounge and my children and wife and them are sleeping just down the hall. So, yeah, I can't really talk too loud. So I got the mic to my mouth. Defogger got equation. It's the potential energy equation. All that changed is I took the G constant out and I changed it for density disequilibrium. And the density disequilibrium's acceleration, the vector comes from the incoherent dielectric acceleration. There we go. So there you got your answer again. It's good to see you guys. Thanks Jason Brown for coming. It's good to see you doing well. Yeah, meanwhile math is abstract. Exactly. It's just simply a language. I'm working. I probably should have made the video on the equation for your defogger. You changed G with what? No, I didn't change G. I just didn't put it in because G doesn't exist. There's no such thing as gravity. We do, however, measure a constant. The constant changes though because it's just the disequilibrium. And what gives it that disequilibrium vector for acceleration is the incoherent dielectric acceleration. It's just static potential. That's all it is. Hey Jeff, good to see you. Glad you could join. Yeah, you literally said it. Yes, I literally said it. G doesn't exist, so I don't need it in the equation. Is this guy going to just troll us the whole time? I guess you might be able to say the globies live in a simulation. Gary, that might be actually a good theory to talk about. Yes, I think they do live in a simulation. Actually quite profound, because if you think about it, they live in their own delusion in their mind. So obviously they do live in a simulation because they are trying to simulate a fantasy world into existence that doesn't exist. With us all seeing the sun from our own viewpoint, when there is broken clouds, two viewpoints look at the same thing. We would see one in the sun, two in the shade, and at the same time only possible in the simulation. Let me see if I understand that. With us seeing the sun from our own viewpoint, when there is broken clouds, two viewpoints looking at the same thing would see it, one in the sun, two in the shade, and at the same time possible simulation. I don't really understand that question though. maybe I'll watch that video afterwards and maybe it'll make more sense to me. Sorry Mandela. Different fluids have different weights due to density. Exactly, Def. Densities change and thus you get the get different accelerations. If gravity was real, it would be all in vectors on a ball. Yeah, and unfortunately the ball doesn't have down, so they can't even fight for down because there is no such thing as down on a ball. Yes, please do like that like button, press that like button and the share, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe, as it definitely will help to push the algorithm to get more people to watch the streams. 20 people joined already, that's great. Oh, great. Thanks to everybody that's just joined. This is just a chill chat, so you can talk about whatever you want, and we just take it as it goes. Giving the explanation is not your goal. Defolga gave you an explanation. Smash that like button due to killing of my thumb. Yes, Jason. Yeah, because I mean, one thing I don't really get is the rivalry between FED and Globebusters. I mean, at a stage, they were quite close. I mean, yes, I understand there were some issues that happened between Bob and some of the guys, but hey, people have to move on. So that's what I do. I just want to somehow get the teams to work together again, because I mean, you're not going to get anywhere if you're just going to be against each other all the time. Yeah, hey Rachie, good to see you. Yes, thank you Rachie for telling him that, because I mean, just because he doesn't understand doesn't mean we don't give an explanation, correct? Yes, I'm definitely going to need to watch the video, Mandela. Thanks. Yes, I'm straight after the stream, I'll go check it. And Plain Truth sent the link in Discord, I'll check that as well. Yes. So, Rachie's also doing some great videos on, she's done a lot of density videos and stuff that I really enjoy. If you guys haven't noticed, Rachie has a great video channel, also to go to her channel and check it out. Gary, there are two types of angular compression. 1, your field of view to the horizon based on elevation. 2, acute angles from various surfaces subtended to eyes. Exactly. And the thing is, they go hand in hand together. I mean, sometimes you're going to have the one that's going to be more extreme than the other based on just the weather alone. I mean, weather changes the angles. So if the people come and say you're going to see forever on a flat plane, it's just total garbage. Yeah, well, it's good to see you. Your subs are climbing, Rachie. Hopefully soon you're gonna hit 1,000. That's gonna be quite good, because I know the first 1,000 is the hardest. I mean, I'm like, what, 70 away, then I'm on 2,000 at least, so it's almost gonna get there. Hey Tom from America, good to see you. Substandard from your eye. Gary, what does substandard from your eyes mean? It means it's too limited. It's your eyes to the view is too subtended. It's too limited to see, in other words. This stream is just exposing TG. The only thing you do is lie and deceive. Defolga, can you please just stop your nonsense? Because we are having normal conversation here. The only one lying and deceiving here is yourself. The only one people can see right through you. So I think it's time to just take your dishonesty somewhere else, please, because I'm simply not interested. Okay, yes, you're saying nonsense, and I think everybody in this chat can agree with me too. So, if you don't understand that, then I don't know. Then there's no hope for you. I got an idea though. If you really want to prove your globe, why don't you go and demonstrate a few things? Because you haven't been able to demonstrate one thing for your globe yet. That really helps. Thank you, BFC Island. See, second that. There we go. So, unfortunately, I can't wrench anybody in here. Sorry about that. I would have liked to wrench somebody to have a mod going on. I think this is what, the 9th time you said I'm just lying and deceiving. Would you be able to elaborate on what I'm lying about and deceiving, please, Defogger? Thanks, Rachie. Yeah, actually for me the longest took from the 1,800, but at least it's starting to grow again, so I'm getting there. Okay, let's see. But Gary, the angle you described is the angle of size, isn't it? No, you described the subtended angle to the surface. The angular size of the surface changes over the horizontal. Wrenches are not important. I wouldn't worry about them. I mentioned several cases where you did. Are you for real, Defogger? Are you just here to try and disrupt the stream or something? Because you're going to make me just ignore you. How is the refraction when looking straight at the horizon in the same medium? Actually, you do get with distance, if there's a density change with the temperature, you get a bit of refraction, but it's really not as much as the Globers would like you to believe, because it just, how can I put it, a lot of times when you have like a mirage or something, it's just simply magnifying that limit to the angle, and that's why you get your so-called curve. Yeah. Hey, Jose's back. Is responsible trolling okay? Yes, Jose, responsible trolling's okay. I mean, you've seen we've had some fun on your streams as well before, so don't worry about it. What difference does the angle between the eye and the object and the surface matter? Everything, Tom. Because the higher your altitude, the wider you push your field of view out. The lower you are, the closer you're subtending that angle to the surface, and thus it's limiting the object more. That's why. Some high altitude balloons saw what? No, they didn't see any curve. You guys think the optical plane gives a curve? No, you think it's actually physical curve, which is actually quite insane. Hey Peter Harfland, good to see you. I mean, we've seen so much high altitude balloon footage with the correct lenses that you have no curve at all. So it all just comes down to the lens. The problem is most the cameras that they use is like GoPros and stuff with wide angles, because they want to get as much view as possible. And even the narrow band, you're still going to get some distortion. Also, the thing that they do ignore when they're going higher up is the light dispersion. So the light dispersion is also going to give an effect of so-called curve. It's just optical. But the light object reaches you below the line of sight. It's just not visible to you. No, Tom. Remember I put a video out on my channel where it's called Child's Play, where I took a light and I put it in front and I just simply moved it away. Did you see how it has an optical effect of it dropping in the distance? Now those paint tin cans that were in the way occulted in front of it just because the angle alone. It's not physically doing this because you've attained that, you've shrunk that angle. That's all that happens in real life. There's no such thing as a curve. You simply just limited the angle too much that it's starting to occult whatever the object's moving away. Hey Mark, sounds better, yes. Sorry, it's a bit quiet. Like I said, I can't really talk loud today. I'm in the lounge. Didn't really want to go because it's quite cool outside. I didn't want to sit in the cold lounge. In my studio, which is in the garage, it's quite cold at once. I didn't want to sit out there. Yes, you get magnification, but the horizon does bob it up and down. Exactly. And this can be proven with the refractive index. I mean, the light simply, if it's changing incident angle, it still has to bounce back to you. If it's changed incident angle upwards or downwards, as they say physically, it's not going to come back to you. It's still going to come back to you. It's just magnifying what's ever behind that mirage. And that's, most of the time, it's limiting the surface in front because it's closer to you, and that's why it's blocking the bottom. 22 people in. I'm really surprised. I thought I'm going to have like 5 people, maybe max in tonight. Okay, Gary, my question is only idiotic because you can't answer it. I must say I'm at least enjoying this structure a bit better. I can actually read what's going on the screen. Hey Nathan Oakley, yeah, this works okay, dude. Thanks for your advice at least as well. I think this works fine. The only thing is I can't be able to share anything though or invite people on, but for now it's worked perfect until I can afford a PC someday. At least let's just try to answer Gary. The circle Earth changes more curve than high altitudes, less curve. Yeah, because the higher you go up, the further you push your field of view out, and yeah, the further you push that limited angle out. This can be demonstrated on flat surfaces very, very easily. That's why when you get the guys coming and saying, only on a globe Earth can you see the sun set twice, and that's why it's globe Earth, just by lying down. And you think, where do these guys get these arguments? I mean, we demonstrate daily on flat surfaces, just lifting your elevation going down. You bring the object into view and you get a bottom-up destruction. It's simply just the angle. Gary Wybango, visual angles matter unless you are Globey and Tom from America. Jose, if one became a patron and wanted to talk with you live, what platform you use? Discord, Zoom, Meets. That's the thing, Jose. I had I was using StreamYard the whole time, but I don't know if you realized my sound was horrendous because I use my iPhone. My laptop is just it's too old. It can't run StreamYard or OBS or anything. So when I got my mics, the iPhone's mic itself is buggered, so it doesn't sound good. When I put it in, it just doesn't work. So that's why it was really bad. I can always use StreamYard if someone wants to come on, but then my sounds can be really terrible again. So I'm trying to see if I can save up for a laptop or something that I can start using OBS or StreamYard, and I can maybe get people to start talking. But I got a Discord channel. I was trying to actually see if I can get people talking through Discord or even Skype. But yeah, until I get that sorted, unfortunately, this is my best option for now. But yeah, that's part of the Patreon's benefit. If you become a patron, then you get a link to the show to be able to come and chat. But unfortunately now I can't do it at this moment because yeah, this app doesn't allow that unless I can figure out how to do it. So yes, I'll keep you updated on how am I going to get that right. Working on it. One thing at a time. Yeah, StreamYard. I don't have anything against us. I got Streamlab. I'm using Streamlab at the moment, but yeah, it's very limited to what you can do. What you can do, Gary. Like I said, at least it supports my microphone, so that was one of the biggest frustrations for me. Hey Goldie, good to see you. Hey Joe Stone, good to see you too. Morphic Mind, how's it going? How many frames will you delete from the stream? I don't know, Morphic Mind, as much as it takes you to understand that taking inferior mirage's way, which is optical, and you comparing it to physical earth curve, is you conceding that you never had physical earth curve in the first instant. How's that sound to you? Okay, I agree. Refraction is pretty much a non-issue. I totally agree with you too, Gary. You can use my Discord. I'll stream live. You mirror it needed. Awesome, Jose. That's quite a good. That can happen. I don't. If that can work, then we can do something like that. If you don't mind, that'd be quite great. Thanks. I'll keep in touch with you then if it ever happens like that. Thanks, Jose. And restoring mind. That's so you will continue to dishonor it. What's dishonest, anamorphic mind? I'm straight out telling you. All my videos show all the frames in, just as I always said, and then it shows me taking the inferior mirage out, which is optical. You going and bringing it up every time is just either you showing you too ignorant or slow to understand that your claim of physical Earth curve is not physical if I've taken an optical effect out and claiming I took Earth curve out. If you don't understand that, there's no hope for you. Okay, what is your pusher field out supposed to mean? Okay, how does it, you have a field of view. Imagine a 3D box. Now, if you load down on that box, your view to that bottom of that box is very limited. If you rising up, you're going to be able to see further inside the back of that box. If that makes sense to you, Mandelbrot. Defrogger, you can't get 90 degrees on a ball of any size, but that's how navigators explain it. Yes, they need to use planar geometry and then reify the globe into that. That's unfortunately how it works. And then people believe it's just globe, but it's all based off of planar geometry in the first instance. Then hence why they had to push a horizontal. Jeff, I didn't understand that. How can you not understand that? 90-degree angles require perpendicular straight lines. You don't have that on your globe. Widen your angle to the surface and the bottom will appear at much further place in the distance. Exactly, Gary, that's what I'm trying to explain them with the box. I mean, if you have the box and you low down, you can only see the first part or the lower part of the box. If you're going to raise up, you can be able to see further at the back of that box. That's pushing out the field of view. I don't know how more simpler we can try and explain it to them. I don't have my head in a box, I see further over the curve from higher up. No, the thing is with Mandelbrot, if it was a curve and you went up, you'd have to be looking further downwards. So the more downwards you look down, you're not looking further away, you're looking more down. So in other words, you're still going to be limited bottom up, you're just going to be looking more down. It's going to have a steeper angle. That's not what we see in reality. We see the angle get pushed out further, not pushed down. Game theory, I've never heard of it. You're going to need a flat baseline for the angle. Exactly, Mr. Scholar. Horizontal. That's why they ignore adjacent. They don't like the word adjacent because adjacent means they got no angle. Pushed out further is nothing but word salad. How is pushed out word salad? That's simple English. You pushed out your field of view further. Have you ever used a camera before? You know when you're changing your focal length, you're just pushing out the field of view further because you're zooming more in. I don't know if you've ever used a tilt lens before. When you tilt it, you're pushing out the field of view further, and that's why you can get a crisper image further away. So, definitely not word salad. Rune Thorson. Hey, how's it doing, dude? Good to see you here. As far as the actions we perform are a result of response to actions of others. They can be predicted and strategies can be discussed under the umbrella term game theory. Makes sense. Flatty, why can't you calculate how far the horizon should be? Because the horizon is just apparent. It's not physical, Mark. The surface is physical. The horizon is apparent position on that physical surface. That's why. It's just limited by various variables, not just one thing, like you guys call Earth curve. That's why you guys sit with a conundrum where you have contradiction by saying it's physical, but it's also refracted and optical at the same time. Defogger. No, 90s on a ball means no angle of 90 for triangulation. To it, you must have a flat baseline. Exactly. No flat baseline, no triangulation. What he's actually saying is that the vertex of an angle is further away, which correct but meaningless. No, a tangent and a vertex is not the same thing. Tom from America. The vertex is you standing at a point. If you have a curve, you would have a tangent, a line to a tangent on a curve, but there's no tangent, there's no curve to have a tangent to, because it's a straight horizontal baseline. I can't believe we've already been going on for 46 minutes. I told my wife it's probably going to be like half an hour tonight. Jeff, your phrase is literally not grammatically correct. It's literally wrong. No. Dude, the earth is not flat. But please waste more of your life for my entertainment. Thanks. Okay, M Stone. Keep telling yourself that. One of the videos I'm working on at the moment, it's just taking me a heck of a long time because I'm just not getting time to do anything because I'm always working, is from Blue Mobile Science Cavendish. Remember he did a video on my Cavendish's only talk. So yeah, I'm actually trying to make it a 2-part series. I finished the 1 part, but I think I want to start over because I want to do another type of look on it. I wanted to do a commentary on his commentary, but I don't want to be so boring. I want to make it fun. So I'm probably going to have to start that over again, even though it's taken so many hours to do what I did for part 1. And then another one I'm busy with is from Minute Physics. He brought out a video, I think it was like 9 years ago or something. 10 reasons the earth is round. I was like, yeah, the arguments from there. So I'm busy working on that one. Hopefully that one can come out tomorrow night. That's going to be quite cool. And good evening to you. Yes, Rune, good to see you, dude. Thanks for joining. Sorry that you had to get chucked in with the sea of globe trolls like everybody else. I really do apologize to all my normal thinking human beings. Yes, Jose, I do agree. You are at least awesome. Since the Glovers have a wonderful map, could you tell us what the Flatties still need in order to complete their world map? Technology, equipment, blue. Well, first of all, we would need them to stop with consensus, because consensus dictates every single thing for you. So how can I explain? If you didn't have your consensus for your globe, you wouldn't be able to you wouldn't be saying everything else is wrong because of consensus. Your fallback is my narrative and consensus says this is correct, so therefore it's correct. You're just begging the question, affirming the consequence based on subjective belief. But then when it gets shown that your model is rubbish and requires, most of it is based on hijacking things like perspective, or the math has to be used by creating horizontal baselines, instead of accepting that, you go against what the facts are shown, and well, yeah, you get the story. Mandelbrot, begging the question is very simple. If A, then B, therefore A. Well, that's affirming the constant after you beg the question. How can I put it down? If you are saying, I believe the sun is setting, that is begging the question because you're believing it's setting. I see the sun setting, therefore the sun is setting. You've begged the question, the sun is setting, and then you affirm the consequent after the sun is setting because it looks like it's setting to you, which is nonsensical. It's just very subjective. Is it still working? No, it isn't running. Ah. Whoa, now all the messages are coming through now. Buffering. I don't know what happened. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I don't know what happened because all of a sudden I just see all you guys just dropping. It was like 30 people, and all of a sudden it got like to 11, and I just see people saying I've run away. It's like, why would I run away? What am I going to run away from? But yeah, okay, at least the stream's back now. Yeah. Shot on iPhone. I might be planning to have a guest on sometime if it's possible. He used to work for NASA, so that would be quite cool. If that does realize, that'd be quite cool. 44 documents. Would you mind quoting? There's a lot of documents actually, Fogger. You can actually go onto NASA's site. There's documents still are there for the world to see. What? There was never 50 people. I never said 50 people. I said 30. I think at stage was maybe 34. Yeah, showing. Anyway, my battery's getting flat. It shows 20% now, and we have almost been going on an hour. So I might have to say cheerio to you guys, and then I'll see you guys Saturday again for another stream. Hopefully I'll have another video out then tomorrow. Just want to say thanks to everybody that came. Do appreciate all your support, even you trolls. I'm happy I can be here for your cognitive pain to ease it a bit. Just know I am here for you guys, and well, till next time. Don't forget to share the show, please. Hit that like button. Yes. Cheers. Till next time. God bless.